Hello learners! Have you tried writing your experiences during a travel or during an adventure? What about trying to write anything which you think are worth written? I bet there have been times when you actually recorded through your phones special events in your life like birthdays, weddings, and other occasions. We write, draw, take picture or video of some events in our lives to make it a more tangible memory. For today's episode, we will learn about the life experiences of Benjamin Franklin through his autobiography. This is Sir Lau Pascua, and welcome to English with Sir Lau. An autobiography is a biography of a person narrated by his or her own.
Autobiographical works can take many forms, from the intimate writings made during life that were not necessarily intended for publication, including letters, diaries, journals, memoirs, and reminiscences, to a formal book-length autobiography.
One of the most famous autobiographies around the world is the Autobiography of Benjamin Franklin. Do you know who is Benjamin Franklin?
Benjamin Franklin is a polymath, a leading writer, printer, political philosopher, politician, Freemason, postmaster, scientist, inventor, humorist, civic activist, statesman, and diplomat.
He is regarded as the first American and one of the founding fathers of the United States of America. He was the sixth president of Pennsylvania. Let's study the summary of Autobiography of Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin is the youngest son and 15th of the 17 children of Joseph Franklin, a soap and candle maker who had immigrated to Boston from Northamptonshire, England. Because he disliked his father's trade but loved reading, he was apprenticed at the age of 12 to his brother James, who is a printer.
He and James often disagreed, and finally, Benjamin quit before his contract had expired. Looking for work, he went first to New York and then to Philadelphia, where he was hired by Samuel Kramer.
Governor Keith of Pennsylvania was impressed with Franklin and offered to set him up a business. Assuming that Keith had placed letters of credit for him on board his ship, Franklin sailed for England to purchase his printing equipment, only to find out that there's no such letters had been written. He therefore was forced to spend several months working in a London printing house.
But he returned home when a merchant named Denham offered him a good job as clerk and manager of Denham's Philadelphia store. A few months after they landed, Denham died and Kramer rehired Franklin as his manager.
Eventually, Franklin set up a printing shop with one of the men he had trained at Kramer's, Hugh Meredith. Later, he bought Meredith's share and found himself in a business alone.
Then he married Deborah Reed, the girl whom he had courted before leaving for England, and the two prospered as parents of their 3 children, William, Sarah, and Francis.
Franklin secured many valuable orders through his job as clerk of the Pennsylvania Assembly. And from his early years, Franklin constantly struggled to improve himself.
This passion culminated in a plan to attain perfection in 13 weeks. By unlearning bad habits and acquiring the 13 virtues Franklin felt most important, one each week.
He also outlined a perfect day, allotting each necessary activity its proper amount of time. But Franklin's passion for improvement was not spent exclusively upon himself.
Public projects to which he turned his attention included Philadelphia's first public library, fire company, public academy, philosophical society, militia, defense system, and hospital. Besides these projects, he helped improve the city's police system and its streets, which he advocated paving, and devised a more equitable tax system.
The autobiography ends as Franklin wins his first conflict while serving as Pennsylvania's agent in England. Thus, his account brings the reader to the point at which Franklin's activity becomes international in scope and proper concern of professional historians. And that's the summary of Ben's autobiography. I know you would agree when I say that he is a jack of all trades. Do you? He really is an amazing man. And all these experiences he had, together with his pursuit for his dreams, are clearly narrated through his autobiography. Little by little, a young Ben who apprenticed by his brother James grew into a man who learned how to stand on his own and be the Benjamin Franklin we know today. Through his perfectionist mind and innovations in different aspects of life, Ben achieved his dreams and now became not only an inspiration to many, but also an icon worth emulated. I hope we all discover the Benjamin Franklin inside of us. Let us be striving, innovative, and well-reasoning men. On our next episode, we shall learn how Ben ran away from Boston to Philadelphia. Did you know that he rowed a boat to reach Philadelphia? You heard it right. To learn more about Ben's adventures, subscribe to this channel and click that bell button for more educational videos. This is Sir Lau Pascua. Thank you for watching.